of America, and the 2004 Paralympic champions, New Zealand. It is my pleasure to introduce the teams to you. Representing the United States, number 1, Chance Sumner. Number 2, Seth McBride. Number 3, Mark Zupan. Number 4, Brian Kirkland. Number 5, Norm Leedick. Number 6, Steve Pate. Number 8, Scott Hogsett. Number 9, Jason Riegler. Number 10, Will Groom. Number 11, Andy Cohn. Number 12, Justin Patterson. And number 14, Nick Springer. The head coach for USA is James Gumbert. Introducing the New Zealand team, number 2, Curtis Palmer. Number 3, Gary McMurray. Number 4, Sholto Taylor. Number 5, Jai Waite. Number 6, Jerry Tinker. Number 7, Tim Johnson. Number 9, Bill Elton. Number 11, David Klinkhammer. And number 13, Dan Buckingham. Head coach for New Zealand, Grant Sharman. The referees today are a father and son team from Canada, Pierre Alexander and Gilles Briere. We will now play the national anthem of USA.
So from Christchurch, New Zealand, the national anthem of USA.
Singing the New Zealand anthem, Ricky Fulsham and Rhonda Wicksteed.
Playing of the national anthems really builds the atmosphere here in the Westpac Stadium in Christchurch, New Zealand, as the two teams come onto the court. Led by Sholto Taylor, that's the national anthem and the haka to start the final. USA, the old Stars and Stripes waving, and a very big crowd in attendance here in Christchurch for this final. It's the 4th World Championship, and here's Big Daddy, Kirk Hibbets. The final firing up of the American team here today. New Zealand slightly more measured, from Coach Grant Sharman in the foreground here, and Captain Tim Johnson. This is Johnson to the right.
I'll get the low to start with. Hey, he's going to get Brian. He'll get Brian solo first.
So what a tremendous occasion it is. Before the final was played, the crowds and the queues outside the Westpac Arena here in Christchurch, stretching 150 metres up the street as latecomers came pouring into the arena, and we have a tremendous reception here for the finalists, and what a compliment they are paying to wheelchair rugby here in Christchurch and New Zealand with their attendance here today. Tremendous excitement in the arena. Great regard and respect for each other from the two teams. USA ranked #1 in the world, New Zealand ranked #2. New Zealand, the defending Paralympic champions.
White scoring this way. Black this way.
Away they go in the first quarter. New Zealand win the tip-off thanks to number 13, Dan Buckingham. And there's Buckingham. We'll see a lot of him today from the New Zealand players. Kirkland for USA as well. And it's a game of a big collision. And it's going to be a tough battle. With me in the commentary box is Peter Martin. And Peter, what do you expect in terms of tactics in this final? You know this game from top to bottom. You've played in the New Zealand team and been captain of the New Zealand team many times.
Nothing.
Tim Johnson, number 7. Good bounce to Tinker. Away goes Jerry Tinker. Scoring inside the end zone, of course. The first score for the game from Dan Buckingham.
Easy, guys, easy. It's out.
Chair broken. 1-0 to New Zealand early on. Here's our first look at Mark Zupan. New Zealand have gone back into kind of key defence, but Zupan gets through to level up at 1-1.
Yeah, well, here we've got Jerry Tinker's just inbounded to Dan and offload back to Jerry, and he'll try to get it up over half and secure that possession safely in the front court.
Tinker away to Buckingham, and that's a special local cheer from the Canterbury people as he goes in for his second. Number 13, Dan Buckingham.
See here, we got Jerry offloads to Dan safely, and Dan runs in nice and clean, untouched. Looks like the Kiwis are trying to full court press, but big Brian Kirkland, he's pushed right out of that, and he's got the ball safely into the front court.
And away goes Cohen for USA, number 11, Andy Cohen.
So similar play by the US team. Basically, teams have got to get that ball over the halfway line in 15 seconds, so at this stage, you can see there's been nothing, but here we've got a bit of a problem here. Bad interchange between Jerry on the baseline and Dan, and the US are applauding themselves there.
So Andy Cohen delighted there that that connection, the pass, two passes didn't connect. So Jerry Tinker over in the corner.
Kiwis got a little problem here because they're all right down on the baseline, and they don't really want everyone jammed up there. So Tim Johnson's doing his best, and here he goes. But Andy Cohen, so they've been forced to take a timeout.
So there is James Gumbert, the head coach for the American team. Now, just explain that tactical reason they took the timeout there, Peter.
Okay, well, again, we've got 15 seconds to get over half. If you can't get there, you don't want to lose possession, and each team gets 4 timeouts in a game. So that's the sort of situation you take them when there's... Yeah, he's a baked beans fan as well. Kiwis are into the protein recovery food, so there's a good example of it.
No, it's okay like that.
Here's Grant Sharman.
After the timeout finish.
So I guess here you'd look to them to spread the court a little better and utilise their blockers a little more so that they can get some free space, get the ball in securely, safely, and then get over half.
So, it's a fumble by Johnson, but beautifully picked up by Buckingham, and away he goes. Brings it into something. Here's the bounce coming for Tinker. Well, they got out of trouble there. Got out of jail.
They did get out of jail. They were in deep strife down on the baseline there, dropping the ball away. That's most unusual from Tim Johnson, so he won't be happy there. But luckily, the good hands of Dan Buckingham were able to secure that ball.
3-2 to New Zealand. Remember, it's 8 minutes per quarter. Zupan. So there's the USA captain, number 8, Hogsett. And Zupan is through. He can really maneuver his ball. They try to reach in and grab it open.
So with that call, there's no body contact. There's almost full chair contact. But if you strike the body, you're going to be fouled, and man goes to the bin.
No, penalty. We have a penalty. No penalty goal. In the corner. I got it. No problem.
So there goes Jerry Tinker into the bin, and he'll sit there until either the US team score or 1 minute comes up. So inbound from Andy Cohen into Mark Zupan, and Zupan's going to probably sit there and play around with the ball to waste that minute, save a bit of energy, and there's not much New Zealand can do because they don't want to foul.
Goal is scored. That's just a little complication in the game there. Tactical manoeuvre, but it's a goal for USA, and it's 3-3 now. And so Tinker here has come back into the game, and he'll inbound to his captain.
So as we see, Tim Johnson received, and Dan's running high, and Tim just pops it over all the defenders. Dan's able to go in untouched again.
So how do you rate this guy here? Number 13, Dan Buckingham. Peter?
Yeah, Dan's been an inspiration for the Kiwis. We've always lacked a high pointer, and since Dan's been here, he's got good hand function for a quad, and he's quite quick, and he's certainly enthusiastic, so he's brought a lot to the team. So he's made a big difference.
Just remember, behind every athlete involved in this world final is a story. Some might say it's a tragic story. These blokes you're watching now, they don't think of it that way. They're young men who've come through an incident or an accident in their life, and they've moved on. They say it's life, it happened. And now their sporting world is crash bash demolition derby of wheelchair rugby, and this is their world championship final. And Andy Cohen makes a little gap there for Zupan to get through. We've seen a lot from that move for them during the week.
Yeah, we'll see there. The Kiwis keyed up in the zone there, but Cohen was able to control the corner, and that let Zupan go in untouched around that corner area. Basically called a corner play.
What a great pass by Johnson, and Buckingham again.
I'm not sure Coach Sharma would like to see an unsighted pass like that, but however, it came across on that occasion, so Tim was spun there, and he obviously knew that Dan was going long. Perhaps he got the call. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Here's a long ball going the other way to Zupan, and straight away USA equalise.
So the US here are trying to man-on-man press, so they're going to make the Kiwis work one-on-one pretty hard all the way. Brian Kirkland stopping Mr. Tinker coming in at all, and looks like Dan Buckingham's got the benefit of Zupan there, so safely over half, and that's really the pressure off.
Johnson gets a pass from Buckingham, and New Zealand go into the lead. I guess, Peter, they're trying to get a 2-goal margin to sit on for a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of a gap on the opposition team.
That's correct, and if you can get that little buffer there, then you can afford to save your energy a little more and force errors from the opposition team, particularly while they're defending. And if you can get them to do a bit of fouling, a bit of reaching, they go into the bin and lose confidence a bit. So
there's Buckingham, little fumble. Does that count as a bounce? I've got to bounce it every 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, he's got to actually bounce it in a positive action. So if he just drops it, that won't count. But here we've got a jump ball. Jump balls when two players of opposing teams have simultaneously controlled the ball, so he just needs to put his hand or mitt on it, and that'll go for a jump. So it goes to the arrow possession. So there we see Zupan getting a jump on Tim, and Tim certainly doesn't like that.
So ball in from Kirkland of USA. Here's Andy Conn. See how Tinker's trying to reach in.
Yeah, really what Jerry's doing there is trying to stop Andy Cohen being able to pass the ball up to his teammates. So he's forced a timeout there.
So let's go in now to the American huddle. Coach Gumbert.
Listen to me. When we're picking coming up the court, also be an outlet. Look around for an outlet. I'm just telling everybody. Listen up. Listen up. I want Brian on the court so you two can be my inbound. I know you're trapped out like that. That's okay. We'll do a give and go in this situation.
If he goes to inbound, they forget about me, and it's a fucking easy inbound.
It wasn't that time.
He was triple. He was stuck there. He was going on the play. That's my call.
In the first quarter, it's a 6-all ball game. Some great support for the teams here of all nations. 12 nations competing. There's Grant Sharman, the New Zealand coach. If you watch the Attitude program on TV1 on Sunday mornings, you'll see him as one of the presenters, along with Curtis Palmer, one of the other players in the New Zealand team here. And they present a program which is all about people with disabilities.
And straight away here, we've got the Kiwis getting onto that ball, but US guys have recovered again through big Brian Kirkland. Brian's a big man. He's something in the order of about 110 kilos, so you don't bump him too quick.
Here's Zupan having a go, and he'll get there. Tremendous strength from the upper torso to make the wheels turn and make the progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mark's he's a three-point player, and all the players out here are classed into based on their body function and their ability. And a team's made up of 4 players on court at any time, and their total points can't go above 8 points. So we've got an example here of Jerry Tinker as a 2-point player. It basically means he's got good arms and shoulders, but no hand function at all. And he's got a little less. Brian Kirkland has a 2. And then we have low pointers there. And at the moment, low pointers for New Zealand is Jai Waite. He's a 1. So that means he's got no hand function and weak arms. And that's not just because he doesn't work out.
Yeah, they work out amazingly so. Hours and hours per week, per day, and then per week. New Zealand's had 2 in the bin so far. The score is 7-all. So that means until a goal is scored, then it's 4 against 3, but Zupan here.
Again, he's happy to wind the clock, and they'll possibly, on a depending on who's in the bin, sometimes you set up a trap play to stop that player coming back on easily, keep him out for a little extra time. And that's what we've got Brian Kirkland doing. Sitting next to Dan, he'll try and control Dan Buckingham as long as he can. And
so you're getting him, winding him up from the crowd and from the New Zealand camp. But that's the tactics of the game.
Absolutely, and straight away there you see Dan Buckingham using Jai Waite to get away from Brian Kirkland and position himself better for the inbound from Jerry Tinker. So there's a good inbound. Dan will look to use the blocker there from Tim Johnson. Bust through, over half he goes. Nice work, Dan.
Oh, he nearly lost it, but he got it through. Very well played.
Young man getting carried away with himself perhaps there a little bit. All sorts of things can happen at the heat of the moment. As you can see, some of these players are very agile, and Mark Zupan has a bit of trunk function as opposed to no Kiwis out here do. So he's able to twist and turn his chair quite readily because he can move his weight in the chair and move the balance point around. So he's quite stable there.
So as you watch this, remember at all times these young men playing here are all either tetraplegics or quadriplegics, graded into degrees of disability by the scores that Peter Martin here has been telling us about. 50 seconds to go till the end of the first quarter.
Yes, so what we're looking at here is just another play of stalling, essentially. There's about less than a minute to go. It's tied up at this stage. If the US can get one goal going into the next period, they're one up. Restart play. So that's what they're trying to do. They don't want to score and then have New Zealand score again. There's no point. So they're just going to try and wind the clock and then score once. That means they're one up going into the next period of play. So that's basically what you see here, and it's a very tactical game. Kiwis have decided to go back into the box or the key, and basically what they're doing is defending the last line.
So here he goes. He's only got those 13, 12, 11 seconds to go to the end of the quarter. Can he get there? Can the New Zealand defence hold him out? Buckingham reaches in for the snatch. Zupan's a tough hard play. Gets the pass to Kirkland and scores the goal with 2 seconds remaining. And they take the lead by 9-8. You can see the smile from Kirkland. He's happy. The ball is inbounded briefly to New Zealand. And that's the end of the first.